Ever get that, like, shiver down your spine when you realize, like, how good technology is getting at mimicking us better than we ever thought possible? Well, today we're diving into the world of AI scams in crypto, and this one is scary.
Yeah.
It's about how even people who really know crypto
Right.
can get tricked.
Absolutely.
So we're going to use a case study. We'll call him Beardy. And Beardy's no newbie to crypto.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's seen it all, the ups, the downs, knows the risks, right?
Right.
Yet he still fell victim to an AI scam.
Wow.
Yeah, cost him a big chunk of his savings. So how does this happen, right? Well, we're going to unpack that, but first let's set the scene. Imagine this, okay? You're talking to someone online, maybe it's in a Telegram group, maybe through email, right? And you swear it's your friend or your colleague or even like a family member, but it's not. It's an AI using voice cloning, deepfakes, all that to sound exactly like someone you trust. And that is just the tip of the iceberg. And before we go any further, I want to be very clear about something. This is not about pointing fingers or shaming anyone. These scams work because they exploit our basic human nature, like our trust, our desire to help,
Right.
even our fear of like missing out? We're here to learn from Beardy's story, understand the tactics at play so you can be prepared.
Exactly.
Okay. So Beardy, like many in the crypto space, was active in these online communities,
Sure.
including this one Telegram group. He thought he knew these people, right?
Right.
Trusted him, even. Then one day, someone he thought was a trusted connection reaches out. Seems innocent enough, right?
Yeah, that's the thing about social engineering. It's usually what hooks people, right? It's natural for us to trust people we've talked to before, especially in groups we feel part of. So it makes this technology even more dangerous.
Because you don't start off suspicious. It's not like some random email from a prince asking for money. This is someone you think you know. So Beardy, thinking it's all good, chats with the supposed connection. Things progress, and they hop on a call. And here's where it gets really unsettling. The voice on the other end is so convincing, so spot on, Beardy doesn't suspect a thing. Beardy, trusting this voice, agrees to send a small amount, just $500, like a show of good faith. He had no idea this was just the beginning.
See, this is how they get you. They exploit technology, but also psychology. They'll start small to build up that trust, like a give and take. It's this, what do they call it? A foot in the door technique or something. Makes people way more open to bigger requests later on, you see.
It's like they're playing chess, not checkers, carefully planning out their moves, building to that big payday, and it's scary how good they're getting at it. So, over time, through all these seemingly legit requests and promises of huge returns, Beardy ends up sending over a lot of crypto, around $25,000, just like that. Poof, gone.
It's heartbreaking, honestly.
Yeah.
Beardy did end up reporting it, though,
Good.
which is, really important.
Absolutely.
But still, can you imagine the tech behind this? To clone a voice that well,
Yeah.
it's both, like, impressive and terrifying, It really is amazing how far it's come. Voice cloning uses this type of AI. It's called deep learning. Basically, it takes these audio samples of someone's voice
Okay.
and it breaks them down, right? Like all the unique stuff, the cadence, the tone, even like their breathing pattern.
So it's like teaching a computer to do a really, really good impersonation,
Exactly.
but like hyper realistic.
Yeah. And the scary part is it doesn't need hours of recordings anymore.
Really?
No. We're talking social media clips, podcasts, even those like voicemail greetings we all make.
Oh, wow.
With just a little bit of material, these AIs, they can make a crazy accurate copy of your voice.
So anything we've put online could be used against us.
It's definitely something to think about.
That's kind of unsettling.
It is. But here's the good news. As good as they're getting, they're not perfect. These AI clones,
Okay.
our brains are actually wired to pick up on tiny, weird things in how people talk.
Right.
So even if you can't put your finger on it, you might get this feeling that something's not right.
Like that feeling you get with a deepfake video.
Exactly.
Something just feels off, even if you don't know why.
Precisely. That's why it's so important to trust your gut.
Yeah.
If something feels weird, it probably is.
Okay.
Listen for things like small delays, or pauses that seem unnatural. Sometimes the tone's off, or they pronounce a word strangely.
Right.
AI is good, but it's not perfect yet.
Yeah. It's almost like we need to get better at like digital literacy or something. Like we can't just be passive and consume information anymore. We got to be questioning things, verifying, trusting our instincts.
Absolutely. Awareness is key.
Yeah.
But beyond that gut feeling, there are practical steps we can all take to be safer.
Okay, good.
It's about, like, layering defenses,
Right.
making yourself a less appealing target. Think of it this way. You wouldn't leave your front door unlocked, right?
Oh, right.
Even in the safest neighborhood. It's just about being smart, being cautious, not making it easy for them.
Okay, so let's talk about those practical steps. What can our listeners do right now to, up their security game?
First and foremost, and I can't repeat this enough, multi-factor authentication, MFA. Turn it on for every single account you have that offers it.
And for those who, maybe aren't familiar, what is MFA? And why is it so important in the age of, all these AI scams?
So MFA is basically like having an extra lock on your door.
Okay.
It means even if a scammer gets your password, they still need one more thing to get in.
Right.
Usually a code sent to your phone or your email.
Gotcha.
In Beardy's case, if his accounts had MFA, the scammer wouldn't have gotten anything.
Yeah.
Even with the password.
Wow. So MFA, always. It's such a simple thing, but so effective. What else can people do?
Don't be afraid to check and double
Yeah.
check. If someone contacts you out of the blue, especially asking for money or info,
Right.
verify who they are, use different ways to do it.
So, like, Beardy got contacted through Telegram, right?
Right. So if anything feels off, reach out to them directly. Use a different platform.
So if they message you on Telegram asking for money, you mean, like, call them up?
Exactly.
Right.
Or send a separate email. The point is, don't just take their word for it.
Mm-hmm.
If they're real, they'll understand you being careful.
That's true.
And if they're not, well,
Yeah.
they'll probably vanish quickly.
Yeah, it's like trust but verify, right? But like maybe now it's more like be wary first, then verify, and verify again.
Exactly. And it's not even just about the money. It's about all your personal info, too. Think carefully about what you're putting out there online.
Mm-hmm.
Even stuff that seems harmless, like on your social media or just what you do online. Scammers can use that to, like, make those phishing things more believable or even build a better AI clone of you.
So it's about being smart about what we share, our digital footprint or whatever. It's not just about privacy now, it's about safety too.
Absolutely. And hey, one last thing. A little knowledge goes a long way in this game.
Right.
Stay up to date on AI stuff, even just the basics.
Mm-hmm.
The more you get how it all works, the easier it is to spot those red flags.
It's like learning the rules so you can play the game better or at least not get played by it. Right?
Exactly.
Okay, so to kind of wrap things up here. Verity's story, as rough as it is, it's a wake-up call. AI scams are getting scarily good, but that doesn't mean we should be scared to use crypto or anything.
I agree. It's not about hiding from the digital world. It's about being cautious in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Being aware.
Be informed, stay curious, and never, ever hesitate to double-check when something feels off, even a tiny detail.
That feeling is usually right.
Because knowledge is power, as they say.
And to anyone listening who's gone through something similar, you're not alone, okay?
Yeah.
There's help out there. Groups that specialize in this kind of cybercrime. Report it, get support. Don't let this define you. It just makes you smarter for next time.
Perfectly said. All right, listeners, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of AI scams. Stay vigilant out there, keep those questions coming, and until next time, stay safe in the digital world.